Turn card.
Okay.
Is the jack of spades!
Oh my goodness gracious!
How about quad jacks to end it?
Diamond, king 10, any one of those. I don't care which one.
I don't blame him for begging.
Make it a diamond, king, or a 10.
He's lost too many of these. Is it there?
10.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
I freaking won. Good game, buddy. Oh my God.
He did it.
You too, man. You're awesome.
Oh,
Makes the call.
You got it.
Wire to wire for Sean Perry.
So you put those two things together, and he does put it in.
And that's it.
Wow.
I call.
Wow,
Oh,
he pays it off.
It's over, Nick.
Champion.
All in.
Here it comes, all of it.
Call.
Daniels makes the call,
Oh,
and here we go.
The hand that dumped me.
Shaq the one all in and at risk with the king 7.
Feel a king.
Daniels ahead with the ace 3 of spades. Shaq could get back to more than 20 bigs. He found
Actually,
a way
I feel
here.
7.
Says he feels a king and a 7. It's the flop. King in the window, but an
felt a
ace
king.
behind it.
The
Well, you
ace.
said you also felt the 7 too.
Well, I need a 7 now.
That much is true. Or a king,
Or running queen 10.
or running clubs.
Or running clubs.
Thank you, Dan. Turn card.
7 ball.
Calls for the 7.
Oh.
Doesn't hit that,
Clubs.
but does find the 8 of clubs on the turn. You see Shaq's outs on
7
the
was the
top of your
key.
screen. Looking for a king, a 7, or a club, or this one is over. River card. It's the 5 of hearts.
Nice start.
And there it is for Jake Daniels, solidifying his spot in the high roller arena. He wins event number 1 of the 2021 U.S. Poker Open, taking down the title and taking home more than $218,000.
I was thinking, yeah, I mean, I had to think about that one for a second. It was pretty, it's kind of a spot. Pot.
300,000.
Jordan pots it with ace-jack 4 deuce. Sava with 10-7 4x calls. And the ace-9-7 rainbow board. Gives Christos top pair. Sava with backdoor diamonds and the 7s. Might he also have a straight draw to go with it?
I could have an 8 for open-ended with it, or even an ace for aces up, or 7, or set.
400,000.
We'll have to see.
Somewhat vulnerable 400K here from Christos with just top pair, but you tell me.
Yeah, it's pretty weak. I wouldn't want to check back.
He's putting 400 of his remaining 1.4 out there, and it's the kind of hand that sort of buckles against any sort of check raise from Sovril. Now the 7 pairs on the turn, and Sam has himself trips. Christos is...
Yeah, Sam's full. He's got...
Oh, that's right. He had the 9 side card, so it's 7s full of 9s. Neglected to acknowledge that once it was revealed, so Christos is drawing dead here.
All in.
Oops.
That will be the tournament.
You got it, huh? Nice hand.
Got it indeed, and Jordan.
That's it.
100.
Big blind.
The 10-6 off for Ali. It's all into the middle. McKeon has jacks.
Don't be greedy.
There's some greedy.
I hope
Saw my hand you'd raise too, Ray.
That much is true.
All in.
Wow,
my.
Kartumi
Oh my
shoves
goodness.
the snap call.
All right.
McKeon has jacks. Kartumi has fives.
All in three-way.
Probably put the 75.
Wow.
All in three-way.
5. You want the 75 from everybody?
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
What a spot
Flop me the 5.
for the champ from Philly, Joe McKeon.
Joe
Could it be over
McKeon,
right here?
He could win this tournament if his jacks hold against the 5s of Ray Khartoumi and the 10-6 of Ali
I lose,
Imsirovic.
I come second, right?
If I win the hand, if Ali wins the hand, then you get third. If I beat you and Ali beats both of us, he's still.
That is correct. McKeon laid it out perfectly.
A 10-10-10 flop would be totally fine.
I'll take a 5 of heart.
I would love it.
Yeah. I'll take
5 of heart.
At least you give me the heart if you hit the 5. I'll take the heart.
Ali could find a way to maneuver
heart.
to a pay jump. It's going to be difficult.
Oh,
Ace,
my goodness.
jack,
You got the
deuce.
spades and the 5-4. Ali's got the king queen.
Khartoumi does have the 5 of spades.
We fucking
Backdoor
bust
straight
us
draw,
both
backdoor
together.
flush
You're
draw.
so fucking lucky, Joe. Oh,
No, I'm
damn.
only playing good cards all day today, Ray.
Turn card
Okay.
is the jack of spades.
Oh my goodness gracious!
How about quad jacks to end it?
That's the kind of day it's been for our champion, Joe McKeon. He gets all the bluffs through and just ends it on a banger with quads.
Is
Ace
being-
Jack, man.
It's bookmarked. It's bookmarked. Might be a 2-buy.
207, you're dropping it?
Man, I'm not a big fan of the, what's it called? The
Comes
frugal?
another, the waddle.
The waddle, the frugal. I'm not a big fan of the waddle,
I
but
was hoping I was priced in or something.
You
Some
know,
kind of way to do it.
I don't even know if I could fold here ever.
take it to your tailor. Down to 11 bigs here for Perry as he's trying to dissuade Reardon from coming for him by saying he doesn't know whether or not he can fold here ever. And Reardon moves all in with the hose pipe.
yeah, with the hose pipe and,
didn't see my cards,
and a
did you?
pair that I
did
can't
not
say
see
on
my
air. Good job.
Do you have a monster?
Perry, queen 10, 7, 7, deuce.
Call.
Oh,
Oh,
makes the
wow.
call. I'm very surprised by
Very
that.
surprised by that.
You're discarding one?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Losing a pot of single draw just caused like circuitry
Wow,
malfunction.
not only did he call it
An
off,
hour
but then he
face up.
draws two to the 10-7 deuce, and that'll be a welcome sight for Reardon, who does have a couple of whammies, one of which is blocked, doesn't want to see a 5 or a 10, but is certainly a favorite against the draw two.
Let's go.
That's true.
Deuce, 3, 4, jack, queen,
What do
king,
you get?
ace.
Straight. Let's see.
Let's
all-
see a, oh, we can see it.
Oh, Perry hits jacks. He needs
That's good
Reardon
for me.
And it's a diamond.
to make a
Oh
straight.
my God, dude, jacks.
Wow. And just like that, it's all over. Sean Perry in second, and John Reardon takes it down.
Wow, 6 hands, I think.
And
Well,
I don't think he lost a pot heads up, Brandon.
That was real fun.
that was real fun.
That was very fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Fun was
Queen deuce of hearts for Weissman here on the button.
All in?
All in.
Does rip it. Hendricks calls with
my.
the ace-jack of clubs, and here we go. Adam Hendricks all in and at risk again, this time with the ace-jack. Up against Joey Weissman's queen deuce of hearts.
anymore. It doesn't work.
Never
Should I
count out
stand
the
up?
queen deuce. You can still see he's
No,
36%.
Okay.
Can Weissman find a way?
Oh.
8-5-4 with 2 hearts. You see it on the bottom left corner of your screen. Weissman now the favorite. Hendricks, though, still ahead with ace-high. Turn card. It's the 9 of hearts, and that is it. The comeback is complete. Joey Weissman has his signature high roller victory. He wins event number 5 of the 2021 U.S. Poker Open, taking down $204,000 and 204 points in the race for the USPO Championship. Brent, from 3 big blinds to a title.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Even if you are able to somehow take advantage of that image that you've built all final table, or not even, but maybe all like 30, 40 years that they've been playing against each other. I mean, certainly at this point with about 3 big bets. It may be tough, especially in a split pot game, to get Elezra off of most hands.
Raise it.
Zolotow with the split fives completes it, and Elezra re-raises with the 3 low cards. How often do you find yourself inflating pots with the 3 low draw? You know, obviously the 3 suited wheel cards or 3 wheel cards, maybe we do it a little bit more often, but a hand like ace-3-7 certainly runs the risk of catching a bad 4th street and then running into facing, you know, bigger bets or even being up against a better 3-card draw. Is it your practice, Maria, to play in that way?
No, probably not.
Especially
often.
not in tournament, right?
Yeah, but definitely is somewhat opponent dependent. But at this point, I think Elezra just feels like Zolotow's getting so short that he wants to just commit him to this hand.
Yeah, there's some blood in the water here for sure. On 5th Street, however, without the made low, Elezra decides to check to Zolotow, who has hit a 4.
By the way, Maury, thank your daughter for a very good dish.
Oh, wow. Just getting delivered some homemade food, it sounds like.
Yeah, actually, our
where's ours?
Our fearless leader, Maury Eskandani's daughter, Sarah, has become the new catering manager here. And
how much do you get behind? 1 bet?
Her food is pretty good, as evidenced by the newly freed hostage-level appetite that Elezra is bringing to those meatballs. So Zolotow's 240K is raised by Elezra, who wants to gamble for the title here. Zolotow, of course, cannot fold, has a pair of 5s, does not have a low draw. The 5s and the 4s blockers to Elezra, making the low.
I want a free roll. King and a jack. I want a free roll.
As you can see, Elezra, slight favorite here with 2 cards to come.
Oh, baby.
He's made a pair of 7s for the lead, a disastrous card for Zolotow. It could all be over here.
See if you need to help. Big, I mean. Nothing.
All right, no improvement for Elezra on the end, and it is Zolotow who catches the brick.
Okay. Find me a dime.
It was all Eli.
It's been in this spot twice, heads up, and Peters hasn't been able to put him away. It's the 3rd time a charm for David Peters.
Just has that feeling like Peters has taken all the jelly out of Jared's donut.
Yeah. Peters with ace-8.
I have 1.275.
Thank you.
Back.
All in.
All in?
Jaffe with
call.
King Deuce makes the call, and here we go.
Always have cards.
Jared Jaffe all in and at risk with the King Deuce. Peters, oh, so close to this win, to this title. Can his ace-8 hold?
Deuce, deuce.
If Jaffe wins, he'd be back up to almost 4.8 million. Comes 10-4-4. Jaffe trying to find a king or a deuce. Will it come on the turn? It will be an 8 on the turn. Jaffe down to 3 outs. You see him on the top of your screen. A king and a king only to keep this tournament going. The river is a 7, and that is it. David Peters has his 3rd career U.S. Poker Open title. He wins event number 7, the 10K no limit, for more than $217,000. What a showing.
That is one way to get your first cash of the series. Why don't you just win the whole thing? Deep.
What do you have?
1.1. Raise to 450.
Ace 8-8-7. And Coleman decides to call for an extra 300K with the 9-7-6-2 double suited. Flops a gut shot.
All right. 1,050,000.
some backdoor flush action. And the 8s he's fishing for are busy in Blez's hand, and you hear Blesnik just frustrated.
How much is the bet?
Yeah, and
725.
if he calls,
What's in the pot?
which he likely will, he's going to be up against the hand he wants to see. The only hand he's in really good shape against.
Yeah, and you see he's a little bit frustrated.
725. Backdoors. All right.
And begrudgingly, he makes the call, but he is actually going to have way the best of it here.
I made the right read.
And Coleman's face says it all.
Gutter. I have 8s. Wow.
8s ahead of 7s and blocking the gutty.
I have a 7. I'm winning. I can't fold it. It's hard to fold.
Yeah.
Queen of diamonds on the turn. Coleman picks up a bunch of
Just
outs.
pair the board.
17 of them in total.
Pair the board.
Can he double and stay alive here?
This is sick.
Or will Blesnik be your champ? The 5 of clubs, a clean river, and Jared Blesnik
You played great.
completes the big comeback, showing love to Max Coleman as these two titans had to crown a champ, and this time it's Jared Blesnik.
Lichtenberger certainly on the ropes.
All right, thank you.
Has King Jack. He squeezes now.
All in.
There it goes. Ali with Jack 6.
1.125.
About 7 bigs.
I don't know.
And does make the call with the Jack 6, and here we go.
Should have just folded.
How much is it? 7.5?
Yeah.
I don't know if Jack 6 is
big
a
blind,
call.
The big blind ante, yeah.
It's got to be close, huh?
You probably do.
Feels so dumb.
They think it's a call, despite looking at the results of it.
What?
Lichtenberger.
1.125.
Sizable favorite to double up. Ali's going to go ahead and pay him off.
The service, the best service.
9-5-4. 2 spades. Lichtenberger has the Jack of spades. Backdoor straight draw for Imsirovic. But for now, looking for a 6. And
Oh
finds
my
it on the
gosh.
turn.
Oh, my goodness.
Lucky Chewy. Now dead
There
to a
is one
king
more
to
card.
stay alive.
Yeah, I guess another 6 is going to come or something.
The 6 of clubs.
Yeah, I'll take that. Let's do that. 6 of clubs.
For card. It's a queen,
man.
and that'll
That's
do
fine.
it.
Yeah,
We
that's
have a
fine.
new leader in the race for the U.S. Poker
You
Open
are much
Series
better at final tables than I
Championship.
thought.
His name is Ali Imsirovic. He wins
Yeah, I mean,
event number 9 for more than $217,000.
Well,
That
he
you
shows
feel
you
like
why
flying
he's
seats
number
are a
1
little
on the
bit out of
PokerGO
touch.
Tour.
But the thing is, 2.6.
Peters with the Jack 10.
That's got to be a good board for me.
Bottom 2 pair. Imsirovic
100.
prefaces this 100K lead by saying it's a good board for him. Broadway gutter.
He's mostly commenting on that it just can't be a great board for David. He probably doesn't have king, queen, aces, jacks, whereas Ali can still be trapping with those hands.
And the reason we
Ace,
think he
jack.
probably doesn't is because he checked back on the button.
Yeah, he would just raise them. Whereas Ali can still have those hands, you know, pretending he was trapping. Jack 10 is probably towards the top of what range David could have. You know, maybe 10s. You know, you don't want to take any credit away from these guys. It's possible they would check. David would check some of these hands some of the time for balance, but you know, for the most part, you're just raising these hands.
The fact that Imsirovic prefaced the lead by saying it's got to be a good board for him, and now has barreled twice, has to be a consideration for Peters, whereby there's some percentage of the time that Ali is simply adhering to what he presumes to be the spot that he should be taking and not doing this as a function of the strength of his hand, right, Ben?
It is certainly giving away some information. He did it so comfortably. I kind of believed him.
I did too. But what a terrible card for Peters here on the end, as his jacks and tens have been counterfeited.
All in?
All in?
Effectively a $50,000 pot.
David's probably thinking about none of his bluffs on the flop should really have any sixes in them.
Oh, and
Wow.
Peters says call. Imsirovic gets caught in a big decision there, earning D. Pete's the win here in event number 10. And Peters limp on the button. Creating this opportunity for him here. Ivan started with 2.2. Sticking 475 of it out there, and so much hand with pocket nines.
10 seconds.
Rates to do fairly well, even against the limp shove range from Peters.
Both players jumping for joy inside.
Wow, David going to flat, Maria. Help us understand
Very
the choice.
tricky. I mean, just in case, you know, you have some bluffs coming out of Ivan there, you are going to be way ahead with 2 tens.
Now both players staring up at a pesky queen, representing an overcard to their pocket pairs. Peters has the advantage with the tens, let alone the spade backdoor.
375,000.
Ivan bets 375K, and Peters understands that he's not nutted, but he is certainly trying to evaluate the best line from here forward.
Yeah, but with this overcard to both of their pairs, might not cost Ivan his whole stack.
Oh my goodness. A 10 on the turn, giving Peters the set, but now giving Ivan additional outs in the form of a jack.
Check.
The 9, of course, would no longer work, but there's only 2 of those, and there are 4 jacks. Ivan pumps the brakes. So that's the kind of card that rates to really hit D. Peters' calling range.
10 seconds.
About 70% pot back is what Ivan has.
Check.
Oh, Peters with the check back. Maria's just grinning in here, watching the man operate. And where does Ivan go from here? Does he think he's targeting an 8? If he gets after it?
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Yeah, that they're trying to work out in their mind, like, how can I win this pot without having it?
All in?
All in.
Peters says all in, and you see Ivan.
Again, as played, it's really tough to imagine that Peters has a top pair type hand here.
Let alone a 10.
Yeah, I mean, forget about a set of 10s here, or a 10, a random 10x, really. So Ivan just has to work out. Was he being taken for a ride here all along, or is this his chance to double up through David Peters?
Busted spades, perhaps?
Time extension.
Ivan using an extension of his own. What a critical pot. Already 3 million plus in the middle.
It's just extremely difficult to put David Peters
10 seconds.
on this hand.
Next to impossible. And of course the 2 9s block the jack 9.
Yeah.
And additionally, he doesn't have a spade in his hand.
Definitely a consideration for sure.
Everything working against Ivan, and he makes the call, and we'll see the set of tens. Cannot fault Jufic for landing on that particular decision, and David Peters Maria wins back-to-back events, his third here in the U.S. Poker Open.
Sometimes just making your decision a bit easier when you don't have to be faced with a bet and you're doing the betting yourself.
And if you get raised, you figure, okay, that's fine.
And if you get raised, you just tap call because it's Sean Winter, and you're like, nah, he's not. He doesn't have anything.
See how that works out for you. Chidwick opens with queen 4 off. Got the better of this 10-6 suited.
Check.
Until the flop, which is jack 6 deuce.
Queen of Spades is a pretty nice card for Chidwick to have here. Justify some barrels. Pretty much mandatory to see one more. Anytime you flop a pair heads up, you're probably coming for another street.
Has to be some real specificity with respect to stack depth.
900.
900.
The beauty of the sizing is Chidwick himself could be the one with perhaps a combo draw with something like King 10 of Spades here, King 10 of Diamonds. And that makes it so Winter may think about looking him up with the 6 here.
And sure enough, Sean calls the 900K. We've got ourselves an over 3 million chip pot suddenly, and the 10 on the river giving Sean Winter the best hand, 10s and 6s. Those straight combos don't feel like they're supposed to be in there on the flop, and
wow.
Chidwick says all in. Sean Winter snap calls him, and that's it.
25, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah, I guess it is.
29.
I didn't realize. I thought Chidwick might have had a couple more big blinds, but looks like Winter has him covered. Wow.
An unexpected finish.
Yeah, man. Lucky river.
And Sean Winter is your $50,000 No Limit Hold'em Event 12 champion.
I have 650.
Boxing with 2 9s.
Call.
Just limps in.
Check.
Pair checks the 10-8. Oh boy, flops top pair.
Yep, that ought to do it.
Is not fantastic news for Sean Perry.
A dream flop for Foxen.
How you draw it up.
100.
Foxen bets them in. Perry just check calls. Turn is the Queen of Spades. 500K in the pot. Perry has 450K behind.
All in.
There is that shove. There is that snap call. And it's Sean Perry all in and at risk and pretty crushed here.
All right, give me my hug now, man.
Looking for a 10 or an 8 on the river.
I'm so good to get second. Am I not
to
the
find
best?
another magical double up.
You almost got fucking first, man.
I present you the trophy, man.
That trophy reserved for our series
I
champion.
shouldn't be standing up again. Last time I did this, you got there.
Will Sean Perry get there this time?
Dude, I made a
Good game, man.
questionable call against the net.
River card. It is a king. That will do it.
Yeah.
Alex Foxen.
Do we do an interview or what?
Has his first PokerGO major title.
Congrats.
He wins event number 1 of the
Well-deserved. I'm
PokerGO
super
Cup.
happy.
And Brent,
You did me a lot of
he
good.
does it in dramatic fashion.
I blew the chip
Certainly
lead.
did.
I
He
know, it's like
overcame
crazy.
almost the
called
most
an all-in
historic
bet.
comeback I've ever seen.
Oh, we were
river
so
on me.
close to that. King deuce for Imsirovic.
This is a limp snap from Kuhn this time off the 18 bigs.
There it is.
Good start.
The limp and the snap call from Jason Kuhn.
An open shove, I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right. Okay.
He is all in and at risk with the ace-9 against Ali Imsirovic's king deuce.
Ace-9, I didn't even think about it, bro.
The ace-9 has been talked about throughout today's final table, most notably by Kuhn. He has it, and he is the one at risk. 10-3 deuce. Ali flops a pair.
3.
9.
That's an ugly little duckling from Jason Kuhn. Needs some help now.
3 or 10, that seems...
Does he find that help on the turn?
Okay.
He does not.
Now just a brick.
It's the jack of clubs.
GG's,
on
brother.
the turn.
Wow, you can't do that.
I mean, I think I can.
Looking to spike an ace or a 9. 6 outs to go. And Brent, we can't call Ali the champ yet. Not just yet.
A little foreshadowing, Jeff, you know, but it's not over. Come on, we got the river card to come up.
Whoever's pressing the buttons knows how well Ali runs at this studio.
Big this place is, bro.
Ali has his 7th PokerGO Tour title.
They literally announced the guy winner before the last card.
His first PokerGO Cup win. It was Coleman getting it in with 8s against Alex Foxen's Kings in event 1 and was eliminated. It was Alex Foxen getting it in with 8s today against Ali Imsirovic's Jacks, losing that one.
A pretty devastating hand for
Yeah.
Foxen, and nothing he could do. I mean, Imsirovic just played his hand so well. Flatted 2 jacks pre-flop.
7-6-5, a set of 5s for Imsirovic. The open-ender for Winan. Gohan again barks when Ali flops a set.
Second time. How does he know? What has he been training that dog? And look at
Winan
this.
leads for the minimum.
Oh, yeah. Ali is loving it. He's got a set, baby. I'll just set the trap, but Winan's open-ended. Can he get there?
Not on the turn. 300K in the pot.
May he consider firing another shell, having the 8 in his hand, completing all the straights.
175.
$700.
Raise 700.
Here comes Imsirovic, making it 700,000.
1,600.
I believe 1.6 million.
1.6, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Here's the 1,600,000 total.
Massive. Wow. Committed himself.
35K behind.
All in.
All in.
There it goes.
I have to call.
Makes
like
the
it.
call. Daniel Winan on the ropes here. Does have an open-ended straight draw. Does have those 8 outs that you see on the top of your
Gotta fade a
screen.
4 or a 9.
That's right.
Ali said it. If he does just that, he is our event 4 winner. Almost a 5 million chip pot. Winan looking to get lucky. River card. It's the ace of diamonds, and there it is for Ali Imsirovic. His second win of the PokerGO Cup in just 4 events. That win good for $240,000.
And here, Schindler limps with Queen Jack suited. Peters with a couple of 6s.
All in. All in.
And ready to go with it.
Schindler getting
930.
a count before he decides what he's going to do. Queen Jack suited, obviously a nice hand considering he limped as well. Little underrepresented in some situations.
All right. Cool.
Wow, and he says, all right, ready to go with it. Kind of a cavalier move there. What is the bottom end of D. Pete's range there? Is there a lot of dustiness that he's going to come with the all-in?
I mean, considering Schindler did limp, he has quite a few limp folds, so kind of an unexploitable shove by D. Peters, even without having a very snug range there, Ali.
Well, he's up against 2 overcards for all the marbles here. In front as of right now, but the equities were running neck and neck, and on the queen high board, it is disaster for David Peters, who has 2 outs twice. No clubs, no backdoor straight draws, a pure draw to a set, not there on the turn, close. Will he hit a 6 on the river to continue this match? Or is it Schindler's time to shine? It is the latter, as the ace of hearts brings event number 5 to a close. A professional handshake and an easy day at the office for Jake Schindler, dare I say, who went wire to wire with the chip lead to earn himself the title and $324,000, while D. Pete's is left with the silver medal and $216,000. For the all-in pre. Heads up.
5s. That's my cutoff.
Not hands.
I know.
Stacked depth.
Yeah, like I would say that it's fine to shove 20 bigs pre as he does.
Coleman would tend to agree as he piles with these 5s, and now Negreanu with king 10. The kind of hand that you'd be a little bit more comfortable open raising and maybe calling the 3rd scoop than calling it all off with.
You see Coleman earlier around this stack size limp shove the 3s against Daniel's ace jack, and now just open shoves.
Well, what's the bottom end of his range? Is there anything that king 10 is in front of?
I don't really think so. Like queen jack suited just feels a little too good. You know, I think you could raise instead
Probably
of
in
rip.
okay shape.
But Daniel is right about being in
shape.
okay shape in terms of all the small pairs.
I mean, what do you could have like ace something, pocket pair. Either way, I think I'm supposed to come with you. So, I call.
Call.
I'm a pair.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Good luck.
Thanks, you too. All right, flip it one time, king or a 10, and hold.
For
Flip it indeed.
75% of the chips.
King or a 10, baby.
Not just for 75%
Queen jack
of the
9,
chips.
that'll work too. Whole bunch of clubs.
But for potentially $245,000 in pay gap.
Just do it. Don't. There's too many years of this crap. I need one.
Negreanu
One
took the worst of it
time.
twice and knocked people out already on 2 occasions. And
diamonds, 10 or a king.
Not looking great here.
Diamonds, king, 10. Diamonds, king. I'm praying now. I think a 10. 10 is the one.
6 outs for now
10,
for
10.
Daniel, and the turn is a diamond.
10, king,
Lots
one of those
more
frickin' things.
outs now.
Come on. Don't do this to me. Please. Just please. Please, Jing. Just please. Come on. Diamond, king, 10, any one of those. I don't care which one.
I don't blame him for begging.
Make it a diamond, king, or a 10.
He's lost too many of these. Is it there?
10.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
I freaking won. Good game, buddy. Good job. Oh, my God.
He did it.
You too, man. You're awesome. I won. I came in first. Oh, my goodness.
One big dead in the middle. Put it in.
All in. All in. Call.
In it goes with queen high on the button. Katz decides to try to deal the finishing blow to Sam Sovrel, who says, let's go with 10-9.
I have like no chips left.
Queen high, queen high, queen high.
You got a feel for Sovrel, Maria.
I'm blinded off down to like 2 bigs.
Can his 10-9 improve? It certainly can't.
All right. Hold, baby, hold. El Jefe.
This hand needs a 10 or a 9. Turn doesn't produce it. And Katz just one card away from the title in event number 8. And Negreanu one card away from being the overall series champion and $50,000 richer. The deuce of spades seals Sovral's fate as the runner-up.
We're going to interview, if you can stand it. If you can stand it.
This, Daniel Negreanu, you have won the inaugural PokerGO Cup. This trophy is yours. You can hoist it in the air, do whatever you would like with it.
We're going to pour some
yours.
beer in that one. All right. First drink from the cup. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never rooted for a billionaire to win $1 million more than I did just now for my man, Kerry Katz. And I'm going to drink to my man, Kerry. Thank you very much. It tastes so good out of this. It's nice and cooling. I'm ecstatic. Obviously, I was annoyed to lose with the aces, but, you know, kudos to Kerry because Kerry comes into these things with the mentality of winning. You know, he gets a reputation as a guy who inches his way in. But the fact that he, on the bubble, called with ace-jack of hearts, right? A lot of people might say, well, maybe he's supposed to fold that. But Kerry's going for the win, and I got to say I appreciate it.
Do you consider this a breakthrough moment in your career?
Well, I think it's a nice cap to just the run that I've been on. And I want to shout out to my wife, Amanda, who's been with me, like, through it all. Like, she feels it, you know? She feels when I come home and I tell her, aces against eights or whatever, and I know she's there with me, my ride or die. So to her, she likes when I have beer breath too. It's a thing. So I'm gonna drink this up for her.
We've talked a lot about confidence over this last year. How did you always make sure that that did not waver, no matter how bad you ran?
Well, you know, when you've been playing poker as long as I have, right? You just focus on like the decisions and the hands that you played, right? And if you feel good about them, and you know you're losing in all ins or flips, I felt really confident that my game was getting better and better and better and better, and the results were not there. Luckily, I'm a resilient dude, and I was able to hang tough, but it was tough. Like, Kerry had to hold me up. When the 8 hit the turn, like, I was almost on the ground.
I bet that beer tastes extra special. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, there it is. Daniel Negreanu, the winner of the inaugural PokerGO Cup. Kerry Katz, the winner of the main event.
Our first time in the history, maybe, of poker, we're declaring this a draw.
So they can split the money, about 176K apiece. Yeah. But there are still points at stake.
So this is for the points. Here
and
we go.
a 57-point difference between first and second.
Which time?
So they're all in blind. Peters runs for the hills with he has the 6 deuce.
I'm not gonna screw you guys. Yeah.
Tournament director Paul Campbell says you guys are good to go. Shore has the 10-8.
Deuce.
Peters looking for a 6 or a deuce. 205 points to first, 148 points to second. King on the turn.
All right.
Can Peters find that 6 or find that deuce? He cannot.
Yeah, I think you got it.
They're pretty close.
Here comes the final count. This will determine to make sure that our champion is in fact Shannon Shore. That's what we believe is the outcome. But again, it's a draw as far as the match is concerned. However, the points towards the purple jacket total, if Shannon Shore is the winner, will go towards Shannon Shore for first place.
2, 3, 45, 49. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Quite the ending to the Shannon Shore show. I have not. Sean Perry, as he referenced, finished second in the 10K Big Bet mix at the U.S. Poker Open.
Yeah, self-proclaimed the greatest in that event.
Right.
And who was first?
Especially in deuce to 7, John Reardon.
John Reardon.
What about you? Big mixed games guy?
I'll tell you what, back in my younger days, absolutely. Played like an absolute piece of garbage, but I loved it, Jeff.
Osmus with a pretty one here. Perry will 3-bet.
Oh, we
to
are
825K with the king jack.
Yeah, we are definitely going to need to see 3 heads up with queen jack suited. Start the hand with more than 40 bigs. Maybe Osmus thinking queen jack suited is good enough to just go bananas. Probably not, though. Here we go. Let's just go ahead and peel it.
Cool.
Almost 1.8 million in this pot already. Ace 9 deuce 1 heart.
And remember that this should favor Sean Perry, being the aggressor and 3-better pre-flop. When it comes ace high like this, able to represent. A little down bet typically will do the trick, meaning less than what the 3-bet was, exactly what he's employing here.
Betting a little less than 25% pot.
Osmus knows all this. It's just difficult. You have a hand like queen jack. Yes, we've got the hearts, back door. Perhaps we're not done yet. He's going to fight.
Reaches for chips.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
King of hearts on the turn.
Well, you talk about gin.
Kings for Perry. The straight flush draw now for Osmus.
Now, this could really turn into something special now. Osmus, 2.9 million behind, 2.5 in the middle. If he were to move it all in, Perry has a very big decision here with king jack.
Wait a second.
$800.
800.
Betting 800,000.
Oh, it is awfully sticky now.
Perry makes the call. More than 4 million in the middle. Osmus with a little more than 2 million behind. The river is a blank. It's the 6 of diamonds.
And you can bet that 800,000 chip bet on the turn.
All in.
There is that river all-in bluff.
Decision time. Perry's going to think things through. Would you do this with an ace?
If he can find a call, this tournament is over.
Oh,
Makes the call!
You got it.
Wire to wire for Sean Perry. He wins event 2 of the Poker Masters.
Good game, buddy. Good game.
And he
Good
takes
game. Good
the
call.
lead in
Let's
the race
go.
for the coveted purple jacket. Well done. That's awesome.
It's amazing.
This is a nice hand.
Ace,
It might
king,
be able to
seven,
just
deuce, double suited.
sort of pot. Play for it all with the double suited ace king.
5 or 6.
600.
He makes it 600K.
Yeah.
One with the queen 10, 8,
Yeah.
5 with hearts.
Got a peek. C3 connect.
Nine, 8,
Oh, wow.
deuce.
Yeah, this might be enough for everybody to just
Yeah.
get it in here.
Hendricks the pair in the flush draw.
I think it's going
Wanton
in.
leads pot.
Here we go.
All in.
All in. Call.
Here we go indeed. Wantman the one all in and at risk.
No pair eights. Yeah.
Has the best hand right now, but as you can see on the bottom left-hand corner of your
The
screen,
deuce as well.
Hendricks is the favorite.
That's not good.
Tough to fold the pair.
I have life, but you're a favorite.
Well said.
I don't feel good about it. I'll take an 8. No club. Just no club. There's only 8 left in the deck. It ain't coming.
Well, let's see what does come on the turn. How about the 3 of spades?
That's boring.
It's boring indeed.
Ace, king, 7, deuce, club.
He said it. Ace, king, 7, deuce, club. And Hendricks is our champion. River card. It's the ace.
Good game, brother.
Good game. That was a hell of a battle.
Yeah, for sure.
And Adam Hendricks' first Poker Masters cash is his first Poker Masters win. He beats Matthew
missed the
Wantman
10K,
heads
right?
up
Yeah.
in an absolute battle.
And now, Jeff, a contender for the
Yeah.
purple jacket.
Give it all we got.
He will jump into that #1 spot for the overall series championship purple jacket and 50K. King 10, 8 on diamonds, 8s for both. Fox has 5 of diamonds. Oh.
My.
Trip 8s for both.
Okay, now you both can't check it now, right? It's sort of interesting looking at those percentages where Fox, because of the flush draw,
175.
it's a more likely chance of winning the hand, whereas right now they'd be chopping with trip 8s.
River to win this one outright.
Call.
Fox makes the call. And the
my
river
gosh.
is the 7 of hearts.
A 7 from heaven for the brain, Brock Wilson. He's awfully strong.
On.
And he
My
goes for
goodness.
it all.
Situation this
Call.
is. Oh, boy.
And he makes the call. That's it. Brock Wilson has his signature win. It comes at the Poker Masters. He wins event #4 for $189,800. He
Good
takes
game, dude.
the lead
Good job, man.
in the race for the purple jacket. What a performance. What a final hand. Oh, boy. And Negreanu
Oh, boy. This
continues.
it just limps in. It sets the
momentum.
Absolute trap with 2 aces. Oh, Jeff, this might be game, set, match right here.
All in?
Yeah, and here we go, all of it.
My goodness.
That was for value.
I know, I hear you. I mean, like that hand would have just went in. I'm
Petrangelo
just
says,
like,
I got a pretty one.
Trying to get some extra.
Not when you compare it to
Okay.
aces, though. And Negreanu gets that much closer to the first Poker Masters win of his career.
What about bluffs? Were you going to bluff?
There?
The other one.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of like King X
whatever.
suited. Yeah.
King 5-4 going to be tough for Petrangelo.
like
Down to
9-10
runner.
10-8.
Yeah, literally, all those.
Can Negreanu lock it up on the
I
turn?
would have played a bluff exactly that way, like if I was. Probably just check turn if you bet, check full turn or fire river.
That was a great river for
The
me.
turn is
Good
the
game.
6. We add another bullet point to the Hall of Fame resume
Yeah, cheers.
of Daniel Negreanu. He now has a Poker Masters title. He wins event #5 for $178,200.
Kid poke.
9 brings it in. Deuce completes. Chad sticks around to find himself with a jack while Coleman hits gin. Boy, there's a lot of disbelief in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, it is in all likelihood that someone is, as the chip leader would rep
160
their door card, but now just...
This is where in a cash game, by the way, Maria, you'll see this queen raise.
Yeah.
Because it has an 8 low draw versus a 9 low draw.
Right.
And
race.
Yep. Chad has real problems now.
Don't like to see that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll raise.
Oh, and it looks like Chad is picking here and now to make a stand. And things are not looking good for his hand. Really needs Coleman to pair or
You gotta
catch
be a pretty
paint.
good favorite here, I guess.
I have no idea.
Me neither. It feels like you're like 70%, but I'm just guessing.
Wow, it's a pretty good guess there, Mr. Evesledge. 69% by our count is the equity for Max Coleman.
All right.
Good card for you.
And it is
Wait, you're ahead
9-8
now.
perfect
It was.
for
So the last one's face down, right?
Coleman.
So
And
I need ace deuce 6-7.
Evesledge has an 8 low draw, so he needs Coleman not to improve, and he needs to improve himself.
You got it.
Evesledge
Good game.
hits a queen of spades, leaving him with the inferior 9-8
Man, that was
as
fun.
Coleman pairs and is
I
unimproved,
don't want to go play no limit now.
but holds to take down $120,000
Yeah,
and
it's
your
not
event
it's not
6
infectious,
title.
So you're good.
Well, speaking of giving things a try and raising, these 2 kings are certainly going to be given a try by Chidwick. And how much more will he make it, or will he wait in the weeds?
DeStefano with a sub-30 big blind stack. Chidwick not looking to make it a size that scares him off of at least seeing a flop in position, and I do like this sizing a lot. Don't want to go too big, but don't necessarily want to go too small. Tip away maybe the strength of your hand as if you're begging for a call.
And you see Dylan running an audit there. Seeing just how much he's got behind before opting to make this call. This is a bigger investment than I think he planned on making with this Queen 10, which turns into top pair, and here's trouble, Maria.
Ooh.
Of course,
Yeah.
you know that's not the case, and a 4-1 favorite. Chidwick goes to work, betting $350K. Now he makes the call of $350. And a completely blank 3 of clubs. I think 600 here and the rest on the river.
Yeah.
5 1/4, I think, is what he said.
Yeah, just about third pot. Here comes the call.
Now, Dylan has under 900,000 back with 2.9 and change in the middle. And an 8 on the end does complete some straights, the 10 jack and 6-7. Gets after it on 2 streets, but instead it is time to decide whether or not you want to play for your tournament life. Dylan. $47,000 separate first and second place. And Dylan makes the call, gets a look at the 2 kings, and it is a wrap. Your Event 7 champion, Stephen Chidwick, with back-to-back final tables. Third yesterday, first today, to 13 bigs. $10-9 off on the button.
All in. How much? It's 1.6.
And he's going to rip it right in there, Maria.
13 bigs
Oh.
effective. Looks
Oh.
like Chris found something to call with.
Is it King X? King 9, I'm being told, is the hand that Brewer has decided to defend with. And pretty good situation for him, given that he shares the 9 with Elias. And before we get any further, Maria, how do you feel about the 10-9 all in?
I mean, I think it's fine, given his stack size. I think it's within your shoving range, but hate to see it, of course, when you're dominated. A lot of times you're supposed to have 2 live cards, not just 1.
No help on the flop or the turn for this 10-9, and Chris Brewer is 1 card away from coming back and besting Darren Elias. All he has to do is fade a 10. And he's done it.
Good game, man. Good game down. That's fine.
King high holds, and Darren Elias finishes in 2nd place, while Chris Brewer is your event number 8 champion, winning $427,500 and leaving Darren Elias to wonder what could have been, as he will collect $285,000.
I like the little thing over here in the right, orange circle thing.
It's like a Frisbee.
Okay, Frisbee.
It's not.
It's not, but yeah, those look like the little miniature turbo footballs. Remember those? You could throw
I
those
do
things
remember
like
those,
80
yeah.
yards.
Oh yeah, Nerf.
Oh, those were the best, man.
The best here is Ace King of Hearts, no less, which turns into a gut shot and the nut flush draw on the Jack 4-9 board, where Ramble defended for $240,000 pre-flop and has himself top pair. Checks it over to Lou, who's already got $240,000 invested of the $880 that he started the hand with.
All in.
And full pot, followed up by an all-in from Rample, who is ready to spin the wheel.
He's going to have to dodge quite a bit here.
Currently, he has the best hand, the 10 serving as a blocker to the straight, the Jack in front, but the equities favoring Garza in a critical 1.8 million chip pot. Sweet Lou looking to avoid elimination. Needs to improve, as you see Miles channeling his energy into the stub, saying no heart, no ace, no king, no 10, don't do it. And the board pairs on the turn. So far, so good. The equities flip-flopping now, as Rample is the 3-2 favorite. And how insane would this be? The man with the 0 recorded live cashes on Hendon Mob takes it down with the Queen of Diamonds. Your event number 9 champion, Miles Rample. Can't imagine Davies will do anything other than say run it, which he does with Jack 4. Sitting on just $825K to start this pot. He flops himself top pair against the gut shot. Davies checking it over to Makita. Bads fires 100K.
225.
Oh, and kind of a cutesy choice here from Davies as he makes it 225K, just north of a min raise, but obviously a significant portion of his remaining stack. And why not just get it all in there? Is it because you're going to try to get value?
Yeah, I think that that's exactly what he intended to do. Maybe get one more street shove on the turn if Bads calls, but instead Bads puts him all in, looking for that overcard plus gut shot equity to come through.
Are you surprised to see Makita ship it?
No, I think once he bets, I think he's got to imagine he's got enough equity to go with it.
And so the Queen 10 looks at a 7 on the turn and still needs a 9 for the straight. 10 or a queen. 10. No good.
Hey, where is it?
Oh! And the 9 on the river
this tournament.
slips right in there.
Good stuff.
Seth Davies finishing in second place, and Makita Badziakuski notching the win for $342,000.
All in.
All in. What is it? A million, right?
1.925.
It's 925, right?
925. Sorry. Yeah. 925.
Yeah, Adamo's got to go with the King Jack against Kuhn's 18 bigs. Effective shove here on the button with King 6.
Sorry, slow roll. But.
No, it wasn't a slow roll. I think you were very obviously had a big hand.
The Adominator dominating in
Indeed.
this particular spot.
I said 1.9 because 19, I think, in my head. Or 18, I guess it would have been.
So Jason Kuhn with a King 6 against a King Jack does pick up a glimmer of hope. 6s and 7s are on his mind as his tournament life hangs in the balance. King Jack high has the lead, the turn. There's the board, and now some additional outs
So we need
to a
8,
chop.
5, 6, or 7.
Chop. Take
Eight.
a chop.
No, I want the 7. I'll take a chop.
Do a 5. Do a 5.
8, 5, 6, 7.
Keep the game going.
Sure you want
8,
that?
5, 6, 7. King.
GG, Jason.
The king
GG, brother.
on the river
Good
hits
run.
both players,
Well
but
played.
Adamo with the jack kicker is your
Another hand
event
I raised on
11
10. That was a very
champion.
weird one.
Cautious.
70,000.
But Nick is a firm proponent of not psyching yourself out by doing so. He says that a lot of people will kind of subconsciously put themselves at a mental disadvantage by doing things like that. Instead, he's adopted a throw caution to the wind, sort of don't think about the what ifs and get after it mentality, and it's clearly served him well as we see another pot. 2 clubs, 2 deuces, and a 7. Advantage Adamo, who outflops the King 8 after defending his big.
$50. 165.
165.
Oh, and a little more high variance line being taken this time by Adamo as he check raises to 165,000. Granted, the board texture is such that he isn't altogether concerned.
Yeah, and it's definitely the type of texture where he would expect Petrangelo to follow up with a continuation bet at a pretty high frequency. And so because of that, definitely wants to charge those 2 overcard type hands.
Check.
Michael a little bit concerned about the Petrangelo call, decides to play it safe with the check. Well, a bit of a balk there as Nicky P reached for the purples and then pumped the brakes. And I wonder what Michael's going to make of that. That obviously was a noticeable deviation from what looked to be his intent. And you see some heavy breathing here as well, Maria.
Yeah, Petrangelo also just sizing up his stack, just thinking of, you know, how much he should bet on the turn and how that would set him up on the river for what he would have back, especially taking into consideration a stack to pot ratio.
Half pot, the number he comes with.
Clearly, it would appear that Petrangelo doesn't want to somehow try to show down this king high with this bet. This is now turning into a spot that Petrangelo is wanting to get Adamo to fold some of his weaker value.
Petrangelo paying off his time extension marker there after Adamo Just calls the $250,000, and now we've got $1 million in the middle, and the club draw gets there on the end, but not really a card outside of the clubs that is of concern to Addamo's 7.
Petrangelo with just about half pot back certainly could try to rep the flush, could try to rep some overpairs to the board. Certainly not the type of line where once he bets a turn, I would expect him to give up very often on the river.
Yeah, it feels like his mind might have been made up to go with this one here. In particular, if this sort of hits the river and he is moving all in, an instant expletive delivered by Addamo. He did not want to see that.
He certainly knows that Nick is very capable. So you put those two things together, and he does put it in.
And that's it.
Wow.
A valiant effort from Nick Petrangelo to go with a line that seemed so credible.
I think it's on hand thought.
Probably just a poker hand. I don't know.
Sorry?
I said that was probably just a poker hand.
Queen 10 suited now on the button for Justin.
$80,000.
Opens to 80,000. Now, suited napkins for Addamo.
But suited, as you said, Ali. See a flop.
Oh, how about that for a flop? Deuces and a diamond draw for Addamo, and a complete whiff for this Queen 10 of spades.
Well, indeed, what Addamo had in mind.
Check.
This is not really the Queen 10 of spades territory at all.
Check.
Relatively quick check from Bonomo, all things considered, and that is not a good card for him.
Disaster as he hits the queen and draws dead versus Addamo's flush.
$250,000.
Overbet into the 190 of $250,000.
Well, as it stands, Ali, a fantastic choice. Great instinct / ideas / so on. Addamo has a habit of kind of identifying the perfect play for the perfect time. Bonomo, of course, undeterred, scared as he may be, a hand with no real future against things like we're looking at. And the worst card in the entire world for Justin, maybe outside of the queen, a particularly cold river. And this could go a variety of ways, but it's not going to go Justin's way. To the tune of how much, we shall see. Were Addamo to grace us with a check, it could get particularly ugly. And if he just goes overbet again, it's ugly. It's all ugly for JB. Ali, not too much time for Addamo to make this decision. Let's see.
All in.
Oh my God.
Bombs away.
How does he know, Ali? How does he know? And then stuff like deuce 6 with 1 diamond or things like this.
I call.
Wow, he pays it off, Ali.
It's over, Nick.
Champion. Bravo, sir.
Congratulations.
7-6 of spades here.
All in.
Rips it. Queen Jack of clubs for Getty. Started the hand with about 20 bigs. And is this good enough?
No gamble, no future.
There it is. No gamble, no future, indeed. Getty all in and at risk with the Queen Jack of clubs. Up against Gosticia's 7-6 of spades. $4.8 million in the middle. If Roque
Man,
wins
you're
this,
really
though,
a
this thing
machine.
is over.
Big show.
Best possible hand to have, I guess.
Comes the flop. Ace A7. Gostisha out flops Getty. He's looking for a queen or a jack. Does have the backdoor royal draw.
Whole deck.
There are some good turn cards for Michael.
Oh,
that's an ace. Quad aces with a queen would do the trick for Getty. Looking for an ace, a queen, or a jack, or this one is over. River card. It's the 6 of diamonds. And on the same day that his good friend Ali Imsirovic just handed the Guaranteed Rate Cup, Roque Gostisha wins the PokerGO Tour Championship.